What up? It's the Grandpa MC coming at you with another video. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Alright, so I thought I'd make this one about the Dallas Cowboys organization as a whole. I initially had a thought about making a video about Micah Parsons and his fabrications of the truth sometimes, but after looking at a video with Denzel on First Take, I decided I'd make one about different incidents in Dallas Cowboys history when it's involving Jerry Jones. And this contract thing is nothing new. He's done this plenty of times. And for other players, it doesn't seem like it wasn't a holdup. It wasn't the holdup like with these other ones. So let's take one that come to my mind immediately is what he did with what was that running back's name? Oh man, I can't remember his name. It might come to me while I'm doing this, but running back DeMarco Murray, there we go. DeMarco Murray was killing it, and I think this was 2013, and he was killing it. That was the year that I think he came really close to 2,000 yards, and he was coming up on a contract. And Jerry Jones was doing his normal thing, talking about we'll see and all this other stuff. And he ran DeMarco Murray. I think that he told Jason Garrett and the Dallas coaching staff to run DeMarco Murray into the ground so he wouldn't be worth nothing. But DeMarco Murray had at least two more good years where he could have paid him. Now, it might not have been, the contract that he might have wanted, but I think they could have came to a medium. While we talking about running backs, Emmitt Smith, after their first Super Bowl, Emmitt Smith was coming up on a contract. Jerry Jones tried to lowball him. Almost pulled the same move that he pulled on Micah Parsons. I remember Emmitt Smith and his brother were talking about how Jerry Jones came on the field after they won the championship and was like, we're going to pay this man anything. And then when it came down to it, it didn't. It was a bunch of hold-ups. And it went into the season, too. I remember they played, either Chicago or Washington. One of the two, where they got beat, and then the Dallas Cowboy players was having some rumblings in the locker room about it. So he ended up signing Emmitt Smith after the season. After the season started. So I think it was like either 2 to 3 games in. Let's think about Terrell Owens. Now, Terrell Owens is a little different case. I think Terrell Owens got caught up in calling out what he saw. Maybe he should have stayed quiet. What I'm talking about, when Terrell Owens was on the Dallas Cowboy team, he was pointing out that Tony Romo and Jason Witten basically had their own plays, and they didn't include the rest of the offense. And Terrell Owens called it out. And then after the season was over, they let Terrell Owens go, and that was pretty much it for his. He lasted for a couple of years, but Terrell Owens was basically done after that. Dez Bryant come to mind. Now, Dez Bryant, when he signed the contract, he had got hurt. He was hurt he was hurt after the off season. I mean, after the season ended, and then it went into the off season and so it was a bunch of haggling over that contract. Then he signed the contract, but Jerry Jones rushed him back, made him feel a certain way about signing the contract, and rushed him back, and that was the end of Dez Bryant's career, pretty much. While I'm thinking about that, let's talk about how he did Tony Romo. Now, Tony Romo catches a lot of flack for not being able to win the big one. But I'll say Tony Romo got overwhelmed by the preferential treatment that Jerry Jones was doling out to him and Witten and Jason Garrett, because those were all his boys. They used to hang out together. I remember they played, it was Tony Romo, Garrett, and might have been Tony Romo and Garrett, might have been somebody else, might have been Witten. But they were playing, they was at the Duke basketball game, and they was playing, they was clowning around before or after the game. They was a real tight group, those three. But Tony Romo got ran into the ground by Jerry Jones. And then when but I think Jerry Jones got pushed into the Dak Prescott thing, because Romo was his boy. But for all the good stories that come out about Jerry Jones, about things that he does for players, sticking his neck out, and I'm pretty sure he does. His loyalty is probably big to him. So he probably does look out for those players that keep a low profile, keep quiet, need some financial help, come to him. Michael Irvin, he helped keep Michael Irvin out of the big house. He helped keep Michael Irvin out of the big house, believe me. That was some wild times. And the whole thing about Dallas Cowboys, and it was said not too long ago, is that they're still living off the glory in the 90s. And this is probably because of Jerry Jones. They say it's all kind of, pictures and phrases and all that about being a Cowboy based on the 90s. But Jerry Jones hasn't led the Dallas Cowboys to anything significant since the 95 championship. And that was just basically that team leading them. Jerry Jones and what was his name? The coach used to be the coach from Oklahoma, Barry Switzer. That was in spite of them. But Emmitt Smith said it a while ago. I saw a clip today where Emmitt Smith was talking about the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, basically Jerry Jones has just co-opted the swag from the 90s team and just kept it going throughout the years. But this Michael Parsons thing is nothing new. But I honestly think that they should trade Michael Parsons. This could be a move that could set Dallas up for years down the road. If Michael Parsons doesn't want to be there, or if you feel like he just can't do it, trade him and get some capital. Get a player, maybe. Get one player and get mostly capital. And it doesn't have to be a star. It has to be somebody that can play, though. Somebody serviceable. But we'll see how this goes. I honestly think that's the move that they should make for Michael Parsons. And especially being that they, that talent is overstated for Dallas. They're not really as talented as they, used to be. But yeah, it's been a minute, man. it's a slow. August is always slow, man. Plus, I wanted to take a little time just to, get my thoughts together. But that's pretty much all that I got on that, man. Grandpa out.